Okay, there doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason to what order people go in. So whatever group wants to go first, go ahead and just go for it. And maybe in intermissions in between the presentations, you can come get more pie, because we've got lots. So.
Good answer, good answer.
And you can turn on the lights if you need to.
Oh. All right, so our group made a. Thank you. All right, so we did a like a home security IoT device. We have a Raspberry Pi here. It's taking pictures as people like move around and stuff. And basically, what it does is, I got you by the way. So what's happening is it's capturing these pictures, and then we're converting it to a PNG file and sending it over. It's sort of an SSH protocol. It's called SCP, and that's just an encrypted. It stands for like Secure Copy Protocol. So we're sending encrypted images to Michael's Raspberry Pi, which is at his house. So we're going out of a private network into the internet, and then going back into a private network. And so that was really fun to set up. And so yeah, it's just taking pictures and sending it over to his Pi, which then sends an email out. And he's going to show you what we've got.
So there's 2 pies involved?
There are 2 Pis involved.
Okay.
One's at his house.
So this is the listener that we set up. You can see down here in the shell that it's just going through a loop, and then when it gets a new change, it will grab the PNG. So this loop, it watches a certain file directory. You can see picture emails, that's the file directory it's watching. And it will like take a snapshot, and then every 10 seconds or so, it will then take another snapshot, see if the file directory is different and the contents of that file are different. And if it is, it will grab the last file, the last PNG item in that file, take that and then send it to the email. So as you can see, we've got a few emails of the class who have broken into our home, and we now have your faces on camera. Was there anything else?
That's pretty much it. Oh,
Does it like take pictures when it senses motion, or just constantly take pictures?
I think it's when pixels change. So kind of motion, but it's not like there's no distance involved. All right.
So along with that, so if it's anytime a pixel changes, is it taking like hundreds of pictures per?
Yeah, we've got a lot of pictures.
Okay.
So an interesting thing about how like the Raspberry Pi works is, so you'll get like an image, and you can look at it and you can do stuff with it, but it's not totally downloaded inside of your like computer 100%. And so sometimes you might see, if we scroll through, there'll be like half pictures that were sent, and like this one right here. So we got just like the top of your heads because we sent an email with that image before it had totally finished the SCP, I think. I'm not really sure, but so it's like we had to time it to make it go slower than what it could actually do, just because it was going too fast for our little pies. But
I have 2 questions. One is, how many emails is it sending? If it's sending one, is it sending one every single time a pixel changes as well? In which case that would be a lot, or is there any?
Since we started this like 2 minutes ago, I've gotten 8 emails.
Okay.
So the Python that we wrote, it's not perfect, and so how he has a listener on his Pi, there's also a listener on the Pi that has the camera, and so it takes some time for it to figure out which is the newest one. And so by the time it figures out the newest one, there's already 4 more that have happened, and so it skips to the
Oh,
next
okay, so it's
one.
not grabbing all of them, okay.
It's not gonna grab all of them.
And then in terms of sending from, sorry, my second question, in terms of sending from your other Pi, what is it using as its outgoing mail server from within the Pi to send an email?
It's using SMTP.
Yeah, so the SMTP to somewhere, like to a
Oh,
Gmail account or?
Yeah, so I created a Elijah Allen test Gmail, and so it's just going up to there, and then you send that way.
So, but what, so in your code, you probably have to indicate what server do you want to send the email through to get to the ultimate recipient, and what's the, 'cause that's actually a tricky part. Like, cause you can't just like take any computer in the world and just say send email. You have to send it through like an authorized outgoing mail server, and so, or a send mail server, so where are you guys connecting your mail to when you send it?
Do you wanna pull up the Python?
Is that?
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't really remember. We imported like mime stuff over here.
Okay. That's 2 and that kind of, okay, but what, there's gotta be something else though about when
Keep going
it's,
down.
when it's gonna send somewhere. Like, there's 2 from, but then, alright, there's the message itself, but then you usually have to send it through something that you articulate. And, there we go, smtp.gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're using.
Does anybody have more questions for them? You can ask whatever you want. Alright, cool.
Oh, yeah, so while you guys are transitioning and stuff, what group number are you?
217.
You're 17, okay? Anytime you want is fine. Is there a marker for hiding Okay, so Eli, Michael Chadwick, you guys are 17?
Yep.
And we'll call you security. Here, Cam.
We're, what number are we?
We're 210.
10.
With 10, we'll call you Magic Mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, there's not much to present. This is our magic mirror. I think it's cool.
You should turn off the lights so we can see.
Yeah, you could, yeah, so you can see it a little
Yeah,
better.
whatever you want.
You know, this is our new business idea. We start building these, selling them for like thousands of dollars probably.
Okay.
So this is what the monitor is showing. So basically how it works is that, there you go. It functions as a mirror. Wait, sorry, what? Go ahead.
We're good. We're good.
Can you see
We're
it?
good now, we can
So yeah, it's magic, so I don't know how to explain it to everybody.
So it's actually an open source like program that you can actually run. And then it has separate modules that you can add. So we added, you can't see it on here, but we have one below this that runs a news module that pulls dynamically from the New York Times headlines, and then this one is like random generated compliments. This is the word of the day, and then we have the actual time and the actual weather for Provo. Usually these mirrors go for like $150 a pop for this size. Obviously ours is a little, more janky, but
Budget.
budget. It's a budget mirror. So basically how it runs is it holds just a super simple folder. Oops. You're gonna watch me all type for me. So it's just a folder called Magic Mirror that has different modules and different settings, and then you go into a configuration folder, tell it how you want everything displayed and which modules you want to include. You pull those from GitHub, and then you just have to make sure that they're installed in the right place. So one of the things that we came up against that was kind of difficult with this project was we were trying to do a motion sensor module, which was supposedly compatible with the software already in place, but it would just break down. So that was one of the things that was harder to do. We did get it mostly set up, but then the fact that we couldn't actually make it work with the code, so we just skipped it. But we did run through several options for modules, and it was super fun. Another thing that we would maybe change is getting a thinner mirror. So one of the challenges with the Magic Mirror is that you also have to block out all light from the back. It's a two-way mirror with a monitor behind it. So you have to block out all light or it's going to filter through anyway. So we probably get a different mirror, higher quality, but thinner maybe?
Yeah.
And a better frame.
And a better frame.
Keep it all together.
Yeah.
But remember, it's budget, so.
Agreed.
Are there any questions? Can you turn on the lights, please? Go ahead.
So how much did it actually cost to buy all this stuff?
So, this was a cheap mirror. It was about $40. Poster frame was like 10 bucks. The monitor, I asked my boss for an old monitor and he gave it to me. So that was free.
Everything else we had already, just DVI to HDMI cable, the Pi, a cardboard box. Yep.
So for my aunt has one in her bathroom.
Cool.
I was just wondering because for hers, we had to take out the mirror and then we had to cut out the back. They had a film on the back so that way it would whatever screen you had, you just stick it up. Did you guys have to do that, or was it just came all of it covered on the back?
So you had to cut the mirror?
No, so it's the mirror on the back side is this is the front and this is where the monitor went. So on the back of the mirror it came with a film over it.
Oh, cool.
So that way you get the size of mirror or the monitor you want. When you stick it up, you just cut out that film, so that way it only shows that, so everything around it is still an actual mirror. So that's what you guys.
Do you know if it's a two-way?
I don't know what that means, but.
Okay, so mirrors sorry. So mirrors usually come with paper or plastic on the back that keeps the light from filtering through, and then it's silver, like a derived silver or something that's on the front. So light can usually shine through, but because regular mirrors have that backing, it doesn't. So what they probably did is just remove that piece, and then the monitor would shine through anyway. But it might be that it's, yeah.
Since ours is a full two-way mirror, you can see how this black part, which is technically the monitor, it's still, because there's not really very much light coming from the monitor, it's blocking the backside out, so then it reflects my hand. Yeah. Cool.
Any other questions?
Was there one over, there was one over here.
This is the same question.
Okay. Cool. That's it.
Warren, what's your guys' number? 7. Oh, Tokyo Drift. Oh, yeah.
Get that battery in.
So it's gonna be kind of low, so those of you who probably won't be able to see it, but we built a remote control car, has the Pi as the controller. When we VNC'd into it, so we can control it. Have our code here, so we're just using 4 different GPIO ports, and we just turn them on and off to do what we want it to do. So then it hits this little motor back here, which then makes the wheels work together instead of just doing kind of funky things. Lets it go forward and backwards. And then we're running the Pi off of this. So that's how it's mobile and not doesn't have to be plugged into a wall.
Yeah, and yeah, never mind. So here's our demonstration. Any questions or?
Yeah.
So how many hours do you spend?
More than 8.
The hardest part was finding like a tutorial to like for the GPI pins that match like the parts we had, because every like tutorial we found had like one different part. So like we would like order something and then it wouldn't work, and so then like that was most of our hours. But once we got that going, and then just like peeling off all the stickers off of all the parts was also.
Then it took a hot minute to like wire it up to where it works correctly, because we put the wire on and we pushed play and it wouldn't do anything. So we had to figure out what was going on with that, and then we soldered all the connections together so they wouldn't come apart, which has been very helpful. The reason it turns so slow is the wheels don't pivot, so the only way to make it turn is to make them work against each other. And these motors aren't very powerful, so if we were to build it into a more powerful motor, it would turn it a lot better. So it's kind of just has to like shimmy to the left or to the right.
Do you have like separate power sources for the motors than for the Pi?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you just have like a
So
diode
there's
switch or something?
there's 4 AA's right here that connect to the motor down here, and then this connects to the Pi so that we can control it.
Gotcha.
How much money do you
The car kit was like $20, and then there was an extra piece for like $5.
So it's about $25 for the whole thing. Isn't that bad? Cool.
Anybody else have one they'd like to show off?
Yeah, there's one.
I think so.
Mine's not really cool.
It's very cool.
No.
We also have a car, but you have to plug it in, so it's not as cool.
It's okay. Just show us, yeah.
Here, you guys
What?
can zoom it up a lot.
What do you mean by audio?
Like, it has to go into this.
There's an audio.
Yeah. Where's the oh, yeah. It's very ingrained. Okay, so our group did like two different projects just because we weren't sure how much time the car would take. I guess I should. So mine is just one off of like the Raspberry. Oh, is there a micro HD? Yeah.
I have an adapter here.
this is just like one off the Raspberry Pi website that didn't require any extra parts. I'm
My car only has 2 wheels.
And a
Wheelless.
shopping cart.
It's a little kid.
Call it a backseat.
Yes,
I guess it-
Or a car with 3 wheels.
Yeah.
While they're setting up, feel free to get more pie.
Okay.
I think his vote's the only one that's gonna count on which is the best pie, because he's trying them all.
I have a plug-in for Oh, but then I can't see it. Okay, then you want to like
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the first part of this, there's this thing called Sonic Pi on here, which can just, so I made a Minecraft piano, that's like, this, I think, is mostly for like making musical notes. So basically, it just makes it so that it's like constantly listening for any changes in the Minecraft game to see like what note he's on and what note to play. So hopefully this will come up. Oh, that's coming up. Okay, so what I need to do now is just run it so it can just start listening. It's just kind of like a constant loop, and this is just like a little Python, a teeny Python script. And then there's also, actually I'm gonna pull up my Minecraft first. I don't know if you guys have done Minecraft on a Raspberry Pi, but it's kind of the worst. I haven't figured out, if you can figure out the controls, let me know, because it's kind of stinks. Because you just move your mouse around. Anyway, and it also, like, going up is like a disaster. Anyway, there's a piano I had recently created, but we'll go away and make a new one. We'll go over, oh, sorry, I've made lots of pianos. I'll just be down here. Okay. So I'm gonna open a script. Hopefully this is like kind of interesting. So basically what it's gonna do is it's just gonna like bulldoze the area or just make sure that it's flat so a piano can go there, and then just make an octave and then just like keep listening to the Minecraft game to see like where the player's at. So I'm just gonna run that. And now, if I go back to my Minecraft, hopefully you can hear it. Okay, you can't hear it, but if you were able to hear it,
You think
it might
so
be
the-
this.
So the sound's coming out through there?
Yeah.
So let's see if we can go audio to the jack.
I've never tried to use it that way before, or yet, let's try that.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Make a turn.
Let's put it on the ground.
Let's put it on the ground.
We can turn.
All right. So, and then for our second project, we made a cheaper car. It was only like $10. So, make sure that gets, you know, put down. Great. But yeah, and then we just, instead of using kind of the motor, we didn't have that part, so we just used a 2-channel relay, and that just kind of, you know, alternates giving power to the wheels. But yeah, and then we wrote a little script that you use as basic controls, like W is to go forward, A is to turn, D is to turn the other way, and then S is to stop. And so if you run it, and then like put in the commands, it will turn if you want it. And too fast.
Too fast for its own good. It's got a need for speed.
Yeah. And so you can turn that way, you can turn this way, and then, yeah. Yeah. So just the basic controls.
So is that the power supply you have with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the shape of a cell phone, so.
Yeah, we didn't have the
That
power.
was-
We just had it on it before, so.
Oh, you borrowed it from him?
Yeah.
Yeah, back through.
Does anybody else have any that they want to show off? It's not required. I heard that your guys' is pretty cool. I was just hearing about it. I think, but you know, tell us some more.
Yeah, so, in Colorado, Colorado Rockies, every time they score 7 or more runs, they get a free taco at Taco Bell. We give them in Colorado, unfortunately. So our pie, we're gonna have it, be running a script every night to go onto ESPN and scrape the score of the day, like check the day, see the matches today's date, and then check if they win and the score is greater than 7 or greater, and then we'll have it send you an email to remind you to get a free taco.
Wait, I heard something else about your team lost. Like there was a feature to, somebody was just telling me about.
Oh, we wanted to do one too where it was mainly for Jacob, so that when the Rockets lose, the Houston Rockets lose, it sends him like 100 emails. So we might like sell that as a function where you can like troll your friends. See what the market's like.
All right, so maybe I'll give you another chance to jump in if you want. But if we don't end up having anybody else go, then we'll end class here in just a minute. Eat the rest of the pie if you can. As far as me, I am out the rest of the week. I have put up the instructions for how to get access to the AWS content. We won't be working in AWS until next week, but so this week you just go on and you watch the first 2 modules. You can either read the material or you can watch the videos related to the first 2 modules. So that's pretty much it. Anybody? Yeah.
Are we gonna vote on the best pie?
Oh, yeah, I gotta. Okay, yeah, we gotta vote on those 2 things. So all right, let me. Okay, so earlier in the day, I posted a link to Poll Everywhere. So that's in Slack. I cleared it out, so there's no entries in there currently. And the way it works is, so you just put in, all you have to do is put in the team name or the team numbers once, and then you can upvote it so we can see who got the most votes. So Minecraft piano plus tricycle, bike. Which number are you? 16. You're 16. Okay, so if you find the poll everywhere, poll ev link, you can vote on there, and then. In the meantime, I'm wondering. It says I got displayed still? Yeah. Okay. Activate. Okay. Is it showing up now? No. Okay. Wait, no, just upvote it. Don't put it in one. You're gonna make it impossible to count. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that would be easier. Let's start over. Okay, I'm going to okay, stop. Good responses. Okay, 5, 4, 3. Okay, it's cleared. It should still be activated. And then just put one for each of those and then upvote them so that we get the right number of votes. Or at least a clear way of seeing it.
Yeah, I'm entering it.
Okay.
Well, we can do the math, but.
Vote for every group. Everyone's This is
I'm not sure if we can award you for just telling about it. So, last class, the winner, well, the fan favorite was somebody did RetroPie, and they did us, and so we all had to play Super Smash Brothers on there. And actually, they made me come up to play too, and I lost to one of you guys, so that was lame. But it was still super fun. It wasn't the most technically complicated project, but it was everybody's favorite. And then afterwards, they offered to play. You saw in the Slack message, like, "Hey, let's have a Smash Brothers party." So let's see, that's 7 there. Big. It looks like 7 is now edging if we count the Tokyo Drift version there.
That is the same thing.
There's
Yeah.
2 sevens, I can't count.
Yeah, all the oh man. So we had honorable mention for group 16. They were in the ahead for a while, but I think everybody's going for 4-wheel robot car for now. All right. Okay, in Dr. Kettle's heart, you're all winners. But in terms of this vote, it looks like the majority's going with the first robot car, Group 7. So.
Oh, I'm seeing it on 16.
I think 16 is
Yeah, but if you add up the 7.
No, you can vote for each one. So you might get the same 5 people voting for 7.
You really want a new poll?
Yes. Hey, I will.
Okay, let's designate one person to do the data entry. Okay.
That means no use the right those entries or anything like that.
Oh, so while you guys are doing that,
This is the third time.
are we gonna do this with the pie too? Like a real pie? I'm thinking that. So actually, give the description of your pie.
Okay, so it is custard cheesecake pie with a graham cracker crust and a raspberry coulis.
Just the fact that she brought 2. The fact that she brought 2 and used the word coulis in a sentence, I think that she should be the winner. And homemade a bowl. Is everyone else in favor of that?
Yes.
Okay, so just as kind of a little inside joke, once I won a pie eating contest here on campus, and as a reward for winning the pie eating contest, they gave me a pie. So, it was like, with no hands, you had to eat it with your mouth. So, would you rather have lemon or cherry?
Cherry.
Okay, there we go. Congratulations. They didn't have that at Maverick. So, all right, so, okay, 16. Oh, looks like 16's ahead this time.
Wait, why is Gary behind?
I think they're just showing love for Gary. Okay, so are we with Trike?
Gary.
Okay. Gary didn't even bring a pie. So with
Gary's getting down Larry.
All right, so it looks like there's been a new front runner. The people have spoken on reboot number 3 of the Matrix. So, all right, so we'll give you 4 guys. Yes. Congratulations. All right, eat more pie. Have a good week. Oh my God.
Yeah.